There's a point somewhere around day 3 where your brain stops asking for sleep and starts taking it anyway, without your permission, in tiny, invisible bursts, seconds at a time, while your eyes are still open. You won't even know it's happening. By day 7, the line between what's real and what your exhausted mind is inventing completely disappears. This isn't a challenge. It's one of the most extreme things a human body can go through, and today, we're going through it, day by day. Before the countdown starts, here's why this matters so much. Sleep isn't just rest, it's active maintenance. While you're unconscious, your brain flushes out waste products that build up during the day, consolidates memories, repairs tissue, and resets your hormone levels. Skip it entirely, and none of that maintenance happens. Your body doesn't pause and wait patiently. It starts breaking down in real time. After 24 hours awake, you're already functioning at a level comparable to being legally drunk. Reaction time slows down noticeably. Judgment gets worse. You might feel a strange, wired but tired sensation, a stress hormone-fueled alertness sitting on top of deep fatigue. Short-term memory starts slipping. You might walk into a room and forget why. This is also when your body starts pushing back, yawning constantly, eyes feeling heavy, and the first waves of microsleep begin. Tiny, uncontrollable lapses of unconsciousness lasting a few seconds, where your brain briefly shuts off without you even realizing it happened. By 48 hours, things escalate. Your immune system takes a real hit. Natural killer cell activity, a key part of your immune defense, drops significantly, making you noticeably more vulnerable to getting sick. Cognitive performance drops sharply. Problem-solving, decision-making, and coordination all suffer. Some people start experiencing minor visual disturbances, objects seeming to shift slightly, or a strange shimmer at the edge of their vision. Your body temperature and metabolism also begin to shift, since your internal clock is now completely out of sync. This is where it gets genuinely unsettling. At the 72-hour mark, many people begin experiencing real hallucinations, not feeling weird, but actually seeing, hearing, or sensing things that aren't there. Shadows might appear to move. Patterns on walls can start to look like faces. Some people report hearing faint voices or sounds that don't exist. This happens because your brain is being deprived of REM sleep, the stage responsible for a huge amount of mental processing, and it starts intruding into your waking state, essentially leaking dreamlike activity into reality. By day 4, the hallucinations often become more vivid, and something called depersonalization can set in, a surreal feeling of being disconnected from your own body, like you're watching yourself from outside. Paranoia can also appear, even in people with no prior history of it. Speech may become slurred or disorganized. Basic tasks that require sequencing, like following a recipe or a set of instructions, become extremely difficult because your prefrontal cortex, responsible for planning and logical thought, is severely impaired at this point. Around the 5th day, your body is under serious physiological stress. Blood pressure and heart rate can become irregular since your cardiovascular system relies on sleep to regulate itself. Hand tremors often appear. Your body temperature regulation becomes unreliable. Some people report feeling alternately freezing and overheated. Cognitive function at this stage has been compared to symptoms of acute psychosis, severe memory gaps, disorganized thinking, and a distorted sense of time. Minutes can feel like hours, or hours can feel like they passed in seconds. Very few people have ever intentionally pushed this far, but there are documented cases. The most famous is a 1964 case where a teenager stayed awake for 11 days as part of a science fair experiment, monitored by researchers the entire time. By day 6 of that experiment, he was struggling with basic concentration, had visible mood swings, and experienced ongoing hallucinations. Though notably, he survived without permanent damage, which surprised researchers at the time. It's important to say clearly, this was medically supervised, and going anywhere near this level of sleep deprivation intentionally today is considered extremely dangerous and is not something anyone should attempt. If someone reached a full 7 days awake, they'd likely be experiencing severe hallucinations indistinguishable from reality, extreme paranoia, near total loss of short-term memory, and microsleeps happening so frequently, sometimes multiple times per minute, that meaningful wakefulness becomes almost meaningless as a concept. The immune system would be severely weakened, leaving the body vulnerable to infection. In rare, extreme animal studies involving forced total sleep deprivation, prolonged sleep loss has ultimately proven fatal, a strong signal of just how essential sleep is for basic survival, not just comfort. The core reason all of this happens is that sleep isn't a luxury feature bolted onto the human body. It's foundational. Your brain uses sleep to clear out a protein called beta amyloid, linked to cognitive decline when it builds up. Your body uses deep sleep stages to repair muscle and regulate hormones like cortisol and growth hormone. Without any of this maintenance, every system in your body starts running in a constant, worsening deficit. And unlike hunger or thirst, you can't simply push through sleep deprivation indefinitely. Eventually, the brain forces sleep whether you want it or not, through microsleeps and eventually complete collapse. So no, staying awake for 7 days isn't a fun, personal challenge. It's a direct path through hallucinations, paranoia, immune collapse, and serious long-term risk to your brain and body. The world record attempts that exist were achieved under extreme, and in some cases medically risky circumstances, and doctors today strongly advise against ever attempting anything close to this. Your brain and body aren't being dramatic when they demand sleep. They're doing essential maintenance that simply cannot be skipped. If this made you appreciate your pillow a little more tonight, let us know in the comments how long you've personally gone without sleep, and subscribe for more videos exploring the limits of the human body.